Wildlife ecotoxicology is a frequently used term in the scientific field that many other people do not know the definition of. When we talk about ecotoxicology, we are examining the effects that chemicals and pesticides have on wildlife and their habitats. Scientists began examining and understanding wildlife ecotoxicology in the late 19th century and has been rapidly growing over the past 25 to 30 years. With the increase we continue to see in populations and the urbanization of areas, there has also been a notable increase in the use of pesticides. While the effects on smaller populations have been touched on, scientists are still analyzing the larger impact that pesticide use has on other populations, communities, and ecosystems.
The major effect of pesticides on wildlife is mass death. Pesticides can cause effects such as reproduction failure and high death rates in mammals. In birds, pesticides can cause the bird's eggs to thin and can also cause the population to decline. In reptiles, it can cause many abnormalities in growth and mass death. In amphibians, effects such as high mortality rates and higher amounts of parasites. In fish, there has been a large number of deaths and changes in development. Effects in insects include memory loss and decrease in population.
Although it is pretty evident how pesticides impact wildlife habitats, there are many other aspects that are also experiencing repercussions of pesticides, specifically in the interactions between wildlife. Parasite-host interactions, predator-prey relationships, and pollination are all being impacted by pesticide use. Pesticides impact immune responses for wildlife. For example, oysters exposed to DDT, amongst other things, were susceptible to fungal infections. Pesticides impact food webs and species competition through removal of prey. Herbicides are responsible for reduced food availability, which is a domino effect on the food chain. Pesticides resting on plants get consumed when the plant is eaten. Pesticide-induced diet shifts decrease species abundance and diversity in mammals. In aquatic settings are also seeing the impact of pesticides. They were seeing a reduction of complexity and structure in plankton caused by herbicides. Bumblebees might be impacted the most. Bees chronically exposed to pesticides had a decreased pollen collecting efficiency, impacting overall pollination services. This has an impact on all ecological systems.
If the extreme overuse of pesticides continues, there will be many adverse effects on the environment and many future species. Some of the future effects are infectious diseases that may be caused by immunotoxicity caused by the pesticides in the soils. There have also been multiple studies done that have predicted declining population growth rates and considerably reduced genetic diversity due to many animals and plants dying off and not adapting to their new environments. The overuse of pesticides could also push some endangered species to possibly become extinct due to a lack of nutrients and resources.
Wildlife ecotoxicology continues to have an impact on many species and organisms. These negative effects typically go unseen and have been around for decades. Solutions for pesticide usage continue to arise, but progress has been minimal. Some countries have already implemented programs that approach the issue and provide feasible solutions. Some countries that have integrated these sustainability programs include South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Kenya. The implementation of these programs is beneficial to its environments and ecosystems because it minimizes the negative impacts on their wildlife. With this, the wildlife does not consume or breathe in the harmful pesticides. Because of this prevalent issue, it is crucial that populations in places such as rural areas and farm areas diminish their use of pesticides and herbicides. Awareness about wildlife ecotoxicology is the first step in addressing and remedying this very important issue.